Hello and what's up guys, Rye here and welcome back to some more automation and BeamNG.Drive. Today we are creating a 100 horsepower sports car. I was actually contemplating doing this, as a supercar, 100 horsepower supercar where the sky's the limit budget and stuff. But I couldn't get under 3.5 seconds 0 to 60. I don't count that as a supercar nowadays. Sports cars can get 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. A Mustang can get in the high threes, like 3.9 for a Mustang GT. Crazy. So we are making a sports car with a 100 horsepower-ish. Budget's gonna be around $50,000. It's gonna be designed similar to my Veneto Verona Quaranta Series 63 or Series 65, whatever it's called, which is a V12 supercar. This is going to be a front engine, rear-wheel drive, probably a 4-cylinder, or maybe like a small V6 or something, just something pretty high revving because Veneto Verona loves their high revving engines. I think we're going to do a light HS steel chassis and then carbon fiber panels. So this is still a very high-end car, but it's not meant for 0 to 60 speed. It's meant for, its handling prowess and its style, obviously. And it's I don't know, whatever. The cars are rip-offs. Don't buy these cars, but it's gonna be a good car. Push-rod suspension or multi-link? Push-rod is lighter, but multi-link's more realistic. Multi-link sounds fine. 2-liter engine. We'll start with a 4-cylinder engine. All aluminum, dual overhead cam with 4 valves, maybe a 5-valve NA engine would be cool. It's going to be a bigger stroke than bore because it's still going to rev a ton because it's still not the hype stroke. A 1.2-liter engine, a Series 12, perfect. It's going to be all aluminum. VVL, we don't need that. We don't need that. Billet, titanium. So probably the $60,000 mark is what I'm shooting for now. Direct injection per cylinder, performance, and then premium gas. I'm going to go for a long tubular. Then what, like a high flow 3-way straight through, and then maybe none. This is such a small car, and it's still gonna have pretty good emissions too. Anyways, with what's the where am I looking for emissions here? Emissions is only 60 something. Like, and it's not gonna hamper emissions if we have different mufflers. It's only 400 if we have no. We can have no cat actually. You probably have no catalytic converter. That is crazy. Wow, we can have no catalytic converter. Because 400 emissions isn't that bad, and that saves us. Wait, only 2 pounds. Okay, I'd rather just have no mufflers. I think we'll just leave it like this. Let's go. We're at 70 whatever horsepower. We're gonna increase the ignition time pretty high. I'm gonna go for 9,000 RPM. Sounds like a fine amount. 9,000 RPM, 4-cylinder. Oh yeah, nice. Not even that high of a cam profile. Pretty smooth torque curve. 60 to finishing at 65. So pretty good torque. I mean, to me it's a torqueless, completely torqueless vehicle anyways, but it's gonna have some torque. Lower this down to 1.5, and we're gonna increase this. We're gonna see what we can do here. Basically, make it a pretty. We can actually increase it a bit higher, get a bit more horsepower, a bit to increase the compression ratio. 11.5 to 1. Now, I don't shy away from having like the sliders up plus and minus just a bit, just because some things were worked on more than others. We're gonna go plus. For maybe 100 horsepower, 120 horsepower sounds fine-ish. Let's just try to play around with this. We can actually probably get this less. 100 horsepower is not bad. 23% efficiency is not awful, but this car is not looking for efficiency. It's not aiming to be the most efficient car ever. Actually, I think that's fine. 120 horsepower, so a bit over 100 horsepower. It's got 10 horsepower per. No, it's 120 horsepower per liter. Yeah, 120 horsepower. No. Yeah, 100 horsepower per liter is what it is. 100 horsepower per liter, which is very low, obviously. But this is an NA engine, and it's not meant to be the fastest, most powerful thing ever. Now we're going to do this nice little, almost like a shooting brake kind of coupe design. I'm going to design the car, obviously, after. Rear-wheel drive, manual, 6-speed, maybe a dual clutch just for performance. LSD, yes, please. Sports compound, we're going to have probably 225s and 205s, alloy wheels, vented discs, 4-piston. We're gonna have them just 10-inch and 8-inch. So that's probably fine. I might actually change the brakes to smaller because these seem more than okay. And I always like to have fully clad in cooling flaps, unless I'm making like a crazy. This is a street car still. Unless I'm making an actual track-focused car, I just do those things because it's gonna help fuel economy. This car is going to be semi-realistic too, right? 2-seater. It's going to be a sporty with what standard infotainment sounds fine. This is a lightweight. It's not really a roadster because it's a coupe, but it's like a lightweight car. It's gonna have Electric power steering, probably. I might even go for none, depending on the weight. If it's really light, I might go for none. Always with advanced 20, always the best safety. It's gonna go with standard, just the best of the lightweight. 2,100 pounds, pretty low. We can go carbon fiber rims and brakes. This is, at the end of the day, it's a high-end car. It's gonna be like a $70,000 car, probably $60,000 car, I'm thinking now. 0-67.1. This is not a car that's going to shoot for 0-60. Oh, it's a sequential. We can go for a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed double clutch. Just sounds more modern, you know. Taillights, as much as they want to go back to the roots of having a manual transmission, they want to have a car that's in the times, you know. 240 kilometers an hour and 220. I have a little bit 35 miles per gallon. Holy crap! I wasn't even looking at that. That's just great. That's fine by me. I have no issues with that at all. I'm gonna go like a bonded aluminum chassis. I think we're gonna save a little bit of weight there. We can go push rod suspension if we wanted to. Not enough weight savings. So that's fine. Dual overhead cam. We can go 5 valves actually. We could probably get a little more horsepower. 123. You know what? I think 4 valves is fine. We'll save the weight here and stuff. It's got 1.5 no bypass. It's got like full. It's got a cat and a muffler. It's quite loud, but this is a sports car. So I think the basics are pretty much done. 2,000 pounds. I want to get it down to 2,000 or a little bit under 2,000 would be crazy. If I got there, I could probably you know, shave off some weight with no power steering as well. Even we're at $52,000 right now. I want to actually increase the quality of the interior. Just a bit. You know, like a basic infotainment even. This is a sports car. We're at 53,000. Then we can go a bit more for the wheels. I don't want to go carbon fiber because it's a little too crazy. We can go probably no power steering. Power steering, is power steering mandated? I don't know. You know, this is a European car. It's an Italian car. 0-66.5 seconds. What's the weight distribution? It's probably, I'm almost guessing a rear heavy. Right now, at least. Oh, almost perfect 50-50. Oh, if we can save some weight, shave some weight off the front, that'd be great. I might try to get a perfect 50-50 weight distribution because that seems like a good thing to do. We can go worse on the safety. That's not a problem. We can go worse on the safety. Like we're gonna down, you know, by only 7 points, which doesn't really matter to me. This is you know, it's a performance car. Right, 1,900 pounds is so light. It'd be probably the lightest production car that's not a K car. I will for sure play around with the spacing and stuff. Right now, 0-60 in the 6-second mark is not awful. We are looking at a 51-49 weight distribution, so it's not perfect. 51-49. I'm gonna get this to exactly 50-50. So, what I'm going to do right now, we're only pushing 1.2 Gs. Not terrible. We can get that up a bit more. I want to get the car designed to look like my other Italian cars. Pictures are going to be probably above throughout the video. I don't even know when they're above, but I'll put them up somewhere. On my other cars that I made. Follow the same sort of design language, but it's going to be its own unique thing, because obviously I can't have every car look the exact same, because that's boring, right? So we're making our own unique twist on my other Veneta Verona, Italian kind of sporty, kind of, or really high-end brand, because this thing's going to be around 70,000. I think we're at 50. I mean, we're going to get up by 20 grand after. 38 miles per gallon as it sits, which is just fantastic. I can maybe go a 6-speed double clutch, actually. Like, it's not really affecting the... I might do 6 or 7 speed, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is design the car, spend like an hour doing that, and then I'll go over the car with you guys real quick and the changes that I've made besides the design, and then we will drive the car in BeamNG.Drive and see what this thing can do. I'll see you guys in a minute or so. Hope you guys enjoy the time lapse. Alright guys, so in front of us we have the 2020 Veneto Verona, oh it's actually kind of glitched out there, the Volatore Series 20, so it is complete. I'm going to fix that badge after, I might even add one at the back. One thing I forgot, it took me quite a while actually for this build, probably about an hour or so build time I would say. Of course the time lapse is only 2 minutes, so it is quite a bit sped up. Some videos more than others. So the total cost of the car is now 75,000, 36 miles per gallon, something that's crazy. So I changed a few things, nothing with the engine, I don't think at all. Nothing with the body. I think with the body stay the same basically. Biggest changes, of course, I increased some quality sliders on a few things, better performance, better fuel economy, better weight, etc. So the car now weighs an astounding 1,793 pounds, so it is very, very, very light. I played around with the interior a bit, just basic infotainment stuff. So no power steering again, basic springs, and it does have pretty much a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. And actually, I kind of want to make it perfect 50-50. Do this a little bit more. Let's just get it nice, even though it's not even proper at all. There's no weight distribution now. That's great. I love that. Perfect 50-50 weight distribution, just for the fun. 0-60 in 5.8 seconds. So it's quick. I'd say by today's standards, it's quick. It's not fast. It's nowhere near any other. I mean, this thing would compete, I guess, against a performance-wise, in a straight line against a Taillights 86, Subaru BRZ, of course, same thing. A Mazda Miata, and that's pretty much it. There's no other. I mean, maybe like a Ford Mustang EcoBoost, base model Ford Mustang, maybe. Maybe it's probably faster for Mustang, to be honest. But does the Mustang have only 120 horsepower? I don't think so. So the whole point of this car is basically like a Miata but better. So it's going to be super, super light, like it is right now. Very, very, very low horsepower. Exceedingly low horsepower. What the hell is wrong with this? Yeah, very low horsepower, very, very light. Veneto Verona, their whole ethos for cars, at least to me, my made-up brand, obviously, is very light. So design-wise, let's start at the front here. So it's designed much, again, after all of my other Veneto Verona, my two other Veneto Verona cars. I only have really 2 or 3 other Veneto Veronas that are 2020. Again, I've probably put them on the screen several times here. The entire bottom of the grille is very, very similar. There's a lot of similarities. Of course, we have the distinctive running lights going around the entire bottom grille, coming out to the top and wrapping around the top headlights. Now, on the other two 2020 Veneto Veronas, so my hatchback and my supercar, it goes all the way along the entire top grille, but this car is different. It's cheaper. I don't know. It's cheaper than the hatchback. My hatchback costs $95,000. This is the cheapest car Veneto Verona makes at $75,000. It's pretty much like a not really a coach builder, but just a specialty car boutique, I guess, boutique builder. The headlights are actually one of my favorite things. The actual two driving lights. So we have a running light here. We have, I guess this could be a running light and turn signal maybe. I have it all just as one color because it looks way better. We have the actual running light, the high beams and low beams right here. So it looks pretty wild. I actually like how I just made my own headlight just because all the other ones nothing really fit in. And I think this looks pretty well. This is actually a grill here. We can actually make it just, a grill in the back, whatever you want to do with it. I just left it as the semi-transparent, so it looks really black, dark. We have the signature Veneto Verona trademark grill coming across here with bars and stuff. And then we have big openings at the bottom. Very complex front-end design. It took me literally most of the time to get this front-end design right. A lot of time. The hood here, pretty simple hood. A little bit of a power bulge in the middle like my hatchback that I made. The traditional vents. So this top is pretty much the exact same as the hatchback. It's different, but it's very, very similar. Going to the side a bit. Biggest difference is really to my other Veneto Veronas is there's nothing really on the side of them. It's pretty, empty. I'm trying to work on making my sides a bit more detailed. I added this, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. I am working on trying to get better on the side profile of cars. It's not my best. I'll leave it like that. I think it looks pretty cool though. It looks pretty good. It's like floating with this line, following this door handle goes all the way to the back here. Veneers, you can see actually carbon fiber. Carbon fiber. Let's just say it's painted. I don't know. I did change the wheels and the brakes to carbon fiber as well. If you guys didn't see that, I played around with the brakes a lot and stuff to try to save some weight. And it shows. Gas cap, one on each side, so you can fill up on either side. Let's just say maybe one's gas, one's fluids, maybe. I'm not sure. And coming to the back of the car. Again, this was a challenge. I tried to go a bit out of my element. I couldn't really copy the other two cars that I had of 2020 because the back end's not squared off. Back end's really not. It's really curved in this car. It doesn't help, of course, that I have a sort of an extended trunk because I wanted to have better weight distribution. That's fine. So I went with circle taillights just because the headlights are circles. So I thought let's go for some circle taillights, and they are sticking out of the car, which I thought looks pretty cool. It's actually quite a bit of a pain to get them to work right. I wanted to have black over here, but I didn't want to have anything over here and stuff. So just one little piece of black showing through. That's okay. Of course, the traditional Veneto Verona like running reverse, like just running light, I guess, going around the car here. It's a bit different. I don't know if I like it 100%, but it's interesting. It's unique. Here we have the name Volatare. Volatare. I can't speak Italian. I think it means flyer. I don't have it right now, but I'm 99% sure it means flyer in Italian. It's like the feminine version of flyer, I think. So lots of black pieces. I guess it's like this little indentation here. Yellow lines going across everywhere. Black license plate. There's no license plate in the front. I didn't want to add one because it just doesn't fit enough. There's not enough space, and let's just say the person who buys this car isn't going to care if they have a front license plate. If they get a ticket, who cares? They're paying 75 grand for 120 horsepower. They don't care. They don't care. Dual exhaust, it's dual tips, just a single outlet area though for the exhaust here. Then some open, air intakes, I guess. There's some diffusers, I guess, at the bottom, I guess is what that would be. Sure. Then I did include a wing for it, just because aerodynamics were not perfect on this car. It had very, very severe oversteer without a wing. Now we do have a wing, and it's not as bad. Last little feature here, so we have the little, I forget what these are called, just like little bulges on the roof here, to fit helmets in for people who are track driving, basically. That's what that's designed after. And I think this car would be a pretty good track car. The suspension's not tuned 100%. I mean, it looks like it's pretty good. I might tune it for race, actually, instead. And I might just stiffen up everything just a bit. No, let's do this. That's pretty close. Okay. Looks like we have some oversteer in the low. Then we have understeer up there in the high. So just going slowly with oversteer. I don't want that to happen. I don't want oversteer to happen. Let's do. They're pretty stiff. It's not gonna steer great, to be honest. Probably. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at tuning suspensions. I'm not saying I am. I'm saying I'm pretty bad at tuning suspensions some of the time. For a very track-oriented car, I'd say I'm pretty bad at tuning suspension. But the car's done nonetheless. Ride height's pretty good. Tires are pretty good size. 225, 205s, 19 inches, so it's not bad. The car is done. Hope you guys like it though. I think it was a really fun build to do. I like building off of designs off of previous cars I made. I really like doing that, and I might do more of my cars if it fits. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make a car look very similar to another car, but I like this one because it's similar to my other build, my supercar, as you can see, somewhere on the video, but it's different obviously. So what we're gonna do now is drive the car in BeamNG.Drive. As long as there's no issues, I'll let you guys know if there's any. I'll see you guys in just 1 second. Alright guys, so we are here with the Veneto Verona Volatare Series 12. It actually looks very good in BeamNG.Drive. I'm surprised it still holds the shape pretty well. The car actually looks awesome. I think headlights are, and it looks awesome with its headlights on. Honestly, I like that a lot. Back end, I'm starting to like the taillights. They are growing on me just a bit. Not perfect, of course. Could be better. But let's see how it does on the automation. This is the handling circuit automation map in BeamNG. I have done a couple of test runs. This thing is a little bit oversteery. It's a little bit squirrely to hold on to, but we're gonna do our best here. Of course, it's on all stock suspension. I haven't changed and stuff since I haven't tuned it or anything. How you saw last is how it's gonna be driven. Switching to launcher from 9,000 RPM. It's very, very short gearing. But one thing I noticed with this car is it's, as long as you're not pushing into the very limits, it is quite fun to drive. I'm not going for record time, but it's not going to beat the supercar that I made, the Veneto Verona Quaranta. It's not going to beat that. Might come in second though if we play our cards right. So it's such a weight advantage over everything else that I've driven, so. Ooh, we're coming a little bit too hot there. A little bit too hot, that's going to slow us down. Coming this turn just nice and slow. We were on gravel there, but the back end was getting a little squirrely. I think all-wheel drive would have made this thing a real weapon, but it would have been less fun, you know? It's not a true sports car if it's all-wheel drive. I'm just kidding, obviously. It can't be, but this would be great in Roadster world. This is like a Mazda MX-5 competitor, except it's, you know, twice the price, 3 times the price, probably. I wish one thing I told you was average speed. I wish we could know our average speed through every track, whichever car that we've driven. That'd be kind of cool to know. Might be a mod for that. I'll have to check. 100 kilometers an hour, guys. Breakneck speed, 60 miles an hour, full tilt in 5th gear. That's sad. I'd be really hard pressed to see this car do like 150 kilometers an hour, to be honest. Like 100 miles an hour, it can maybe hit ever. It's very torqueless. You can already feel too. It's got so little torque. It's just sad, but it still does like the spin out almost. Ooh, that was a nice racing line there. Pretty well. This one not as well. Not terrible. Coming this in a little bad. We're going through here. Just look at us. It's a little squirrely there. You saw that. But besides that, it's very stable. You can tell it's very well balanced. A little bit of lag there for me. That was totally the lag's fault, but I'll keep going anyways. So it's not handling perfectly straight anymore, but it handles like complete shit when it's damaged, but you know, so does every car, I guess. I blame the lag, guys. Come on. Oh, come on. Stay there. Stay together. Oh. Just remember, guys, this is a keyboard and mouse, so I'm not using a racing wheel or anything. It'd be probably more terrifying with one on this car, but it'd be much more fun. Of course, we did worse because we messed up there. We would have did like, you know, like a 310, maybe a 305, probably for sure. Not terrible times. What we're gonna do now, this is actually the first time I've ever done 2 laps on this map. We're gonna do the old racetrack map because that is a bit of high speed runs, and I just want to see what this thing can get up to. We'll do that, and then we'll probably call it a day. Let's start this one up full tilt, just revving 9,000 RPM and launch it. Like first year just takes us to 30 kilometers an hour, so like 15, 20 miles an hour. Come on. You can already feel this thing's just awfully slow. It's so bad. I like it though. Ooh, a little squirrely there. Oh boy. This just shows how much prep I've done for this, guys, which is none. This is literally the first run on this map with this car ever. Still drives pretty straight. The back tires aren't really damaged at all. This is the high speed run portion. 150, let's get up to. I'd be happy with that. Come on. There we go. Look, I'm happy now. We lost the spoiler though. I don't know if that actually. Oh, she's slipping. She's slipping. We're gonna go this way. There. We're still fine. It definitely gets a little squirrely braking at high speeds. The brakes are good, but it's lack of rear grip, and the back end just slides out because the weight transfers to the front, back end gets lifted off the ground, kind of thing. So bigger rear tires would have been something really good to have. So we just did 1 lap. I've never done 1 lap before. I think it's very close to in line with other cars with the same caliber. Let's just go free room, let it slam into the wall, and restart that. So first gear is 30 kilometers an hour, and 48. Wow. Like, what do we need 5th gear to get to 100 kilometers an hour, which would be just obscene. Come on. Yeah, 5th gear to 100 kilometers an hour. That's just awful. Yeah, that's hilarious. Taking this nice little jump here. I love taking that jump. So we had a lot of fun with this car. The Veneta Verona. What is it called? It starts with a V. The Veneta Verona. I can't even see. The Veneta Verona something. Series 12 something. So it's a 1,800 pound, 120 horsepower. So a 100 horsepower or so sports car. it has been done. I think we've successfully done it. I could tune the handling a bit better. Sure, I could do a little bit of tweaks in here and there, but you guys know there's no point doing that. There's no point just tweaking it just for me to test it out. If you guys want, leave a comment. You guys can try this car too. Man, the more I look at it, the more I like this design. I'm still not sure. Like, I like this. I actually kind of feel like this should have been connected to like one giant light here. It's almost like a fang sticking in, 2 fangs there and there, like bigger there to a point, and a nice big fang there, and then just a big vent with that there. But I think it looks pretty good. So, anyways, guys, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.